You know, everyone has been so patient in waiting for this weather to finally pass, and we are almost there. Just not quite yet. We actually have to wait one more day before things actually start to just tip into a more favorable weather pattern for western New York. So it is on the way, and actually I would say you're going to like the extended forecast as well because, well, let's just say we're going to turn a corner. Now we can't say like put all your cooler weather gear away, but by and large, we're pretty much done with it once we get through Thursday night. And then Friday is really going to be quite nice. So we have one more day of this cool and damp weather. This is the situation we've been dealing with pretty much all day. So there has been some wet snow falling across the southern tier, rain mixing in. It's been one of those cold rains. I know it's everyone's favorite, but this is really what we're just keeping track of. Again, some of this is overdone just because the model has a bit of a heavy hand in kind of predicting where the snow will fall. But generally, you get the idea that it's going to be wet through the overnight as we head into early Wednesday. When you join Patrick for daybreak, it's still going to be spotty in terms of who gets the rain and who gets some wet snow and where. There will be some accumulations up at higher elevations, especially across the southern tier. The Boston Hills not excluded from this as well. Now, we take you through Wednesday morning. If you get a later start to the morning commute, maybe a little bit drier as you head up the 90 or the 400 or over towards the 190. But then here comes some of that rain. Notice the wind direction as well. This is one of those things that we're always kind of keeping track of. You may not notice it just because sometimes there's just so much going on that it's hard to kind of track what we are. So we're watching the winds kind of shift as this low pulls away. It's moving further east and the winds are coming out of the north. So tomorrow it is a colder day in terms of how it feels when you factor in the wind, but watch as this precipitation is coming in from the north, working its way further south, and we call this wrap around moisture. So it's really just going counterclockwise. Watch that flow as it kind of streams on in from up north. It will impact areas right along the lake more so. So areas like Hanover Bay, down towards Silver Creek, Dunkirk, as you head towards areas like Westfield, Mayville, Bemis Point, you certainly will be getting in on some of the rain. I know you're not right on the lake, but areas in Chautauqua County, I would say you are probably the bullseye for where this rain will be. But notice it's going to be a soggy drive home, especially if you get a bit of a head start, 4:30. We take you through the evening drive as well. That looks pretty soggy. Notice the winds continue to tip just a little bit towards the northwest, and that again will bring in cooler air. So it is still going to be a pretty damp and drizzly day, but temperatures are a little warmer. Notice we don't have as much snow through the southern tier on Wednesday. So that's an improvement for whatever it's worth at this point. And as we take you through Wednesday evening, again, scattered showers at this point, nothing intense by any means, but just consistent and a bit of a nuisance, I would say. And then we have that northerly wind still in place as we go into the overnight hours of Thursday. Now, Thursday itself, it's not bad. It's actually dry to start. It's a little cool. The clouds are in place, but as we head towards the afternoon and evening, we will bring back the chance for some showers. This is slightly underdoing it now, but again, we'll start to see some evening rain showers pop through. It's nothing significant, but it's worth mentioning, especially if you had potential evening plans on Thursday and you were thinking, will they go off without a hitch? Tough to say at this point, but it could be a little bit on the damp side for Thursday night. Now, again, we are watching this trend as it kind of works its way through. This is the low pulling away, and there is a chance for some rain showers. This is kind of hinting at the potential for some moisture to kind of still linger as we head into Thursday. Now, watch this as we kind of go through Thursday night. The clearing will start to take place and then really sets up for a nice Friday. Friday, we deal with some clouds, so we'll call it partly to mostly sunny across western New York. This is suggesting some rain. This is not going to happen. This is just kind of, it's kind of like when someone is coloring with a Sharpie and it bleeds over a little bit. That's kind of what happens with these models. So we take into Saturday morning, beautifully clear, and Saturday looks spectacular. I don't expect us to see many clouds, if any. They're very high and thin clouds across the region. As we take you to Sunday, we'll bring back a few more clouds, but all in all, very, very comfortable and looks great until some of the clouds move in. So we're calling it again partly to mostly sunny, but Monday there could be some showers that try and sneak through. I do think that it holds off. This rain is trying to sneak in late Monday night, so we're kind of hedging our bets right now that this model is a little ambitious, but we're watching this very carefully as we go through the next kind of 24 to 48 hours just to really pinpoint what is going on. But in terms of the extended forecast, we love showing you these. Lots of people always ask us what is going on in terms of the extended forecast. Well, we're looking 6 to 10 days out. Notice the cooler pattern is headed towards the Pacific Northwest, California coast, and we are going to be dealing with above average temperatures. Anything in red here means that temperatures are going to be trending above average, and we have a 50% chance at above average temperatures. We should be headed into the low to even mid 60s by the time we get to next week, and you'll see that coming up in the 7-day forecast. So the precipitation outlook is not as favorable for us, though. It's going to be wetter through the country's midsection, the Pacific Northwest, and down towards areas in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma. But for us, we have a 40% chance of below average precipitation. So it means generally days are going to trend a little drier. It doesn't mean it's completely dry, but generally speaking, it is going to be just a touch drier than what we should be dealing with for this time of year. All right, the 7-day forecast looks like this. So there is rain on the way for Wednesday. Everybody gets in on it. Is it intense throughout the day? No. Is it light and consistent? Yes, that's what we're dealing with. Now Thursday, it's mainly dry up in the Niagara Frontier. Could have a few showers working their way through for Thursday evening, but by Friday, still have some clouds around, but the sunshine will be great. Notice temperatures get up into the upper 50s. That's an improvement for sure. Saturday looks beautiful. Temperatures getting up into the low 60s. Look at that, really nice conditions as we head towards Sunday and Monday. Just a shade cooler up towards Niagara County there. But again, we're dealing with really, really nice conditions, especially for Sunday, Monday. That rain could sneak in, though, late Monday night. So that's what we're keeping our eyes on for right now. And as we take you down towards the south towns in the southern tier, cool for sure on Wednesday. We take you to Thursday. Some scattered showers around, but really nice from Friday all the way until, I would say, most of Monday, but that's still a bit of a coin toss for us right now. And then we'll hang on to some of that warmth as we head into the next kind of week ahead, and it's really, really going to be quite comfortable across western New York. Thanks for tuning in.